This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV, and we're very pleased to be joined today by Martin Gombrey of Marinfloc to discuss recent initiatives to help the marine industry, including a new library of professional video content to offer guidance on maintenance and wastewater treatment systems. So Martin, while I'm sure that most watching know the Marinfloc name, can we start with a by the numbers look at your company, something that gives us a scope and a size to the Marinfloc offered to the maritime industry using the metrics of your choice?
Absolutely, Greg, and thank you for having me. The company is 28 years old now. We have delivered about 2,500 treatment units in four different segments: bilge water treatment, sewage treatment, drill slop treatment, and EGR bleed-off water treatment. We have to date treated with our equipment about 200 million tons, which I think is quite an impressive and inspiring number.
You know, Martin, recently I noted that Marinfloc had updated its website, including a Marinfloc professional series of videos, which our viewers can see following the interview. Quite simply, what was the impetus to create the Marinfloc professional series? And when our viewers visit, what will they see?
Well, it's actually an extension of the video content presented on the HMI screen on the actual treatment unit. You know, seafarers of this generation, they like to get their information from video. So by having this inside the engine room in the control cabinet, they can actually access, useful information, instruction videos. However, we want to expand this offering to also our users that has older generation of treatment systems, so they can access these videos on this website to just share knowledge.
Okay, well, that actually leads perfectly into my next question, because you said this generation and the way they like to learn. And I don't think there's likely not a company watching that's not struggling with the need to fill key technical spots in their company on their fleet. So when you look at the matter of training and education in the maritime industry holistically, what is Marinfloc doing to ensure that once its products are sold and installed, that they are supported and maintained effectively and efficiently?
I think this is a really important topic. I believe that quite a few engineers can agree with that the amount of training they got at the maritime universities in terms of wastewater treatment is very limited, if existent. We have our own training program. We have trained over 1,000 engineers through the years. We can do it at our office. We can go on board the ship and do it on board at the offices. We also have our double-decker bus that we can go and visit ship owners and universities. But I believe, again, this video content is really the way to go to make sure that the guys on board really have the information right in front of their face next to the equipment.
Today, everyone wants to know, what have you done for me lately? So looking at 2024, what can this industry expect from Marinfloc?
Well, we're quite excited that we've just launched our water treatment system for EGR bleed-off water, which is 12.5 tons per hour capacity, which is quite a high number. This is required for big ship that will produce a very high amount of condensated water that needs to be treated. So this is a response quite a lot to the use of methanol as fuel, which will then generate a lot of this bleed-off water when used in EGR. We're also presenting our MARS system, or developing it. It's a data analysis program where we can actually be proactive for discharge data. If we see something that is not optimized or something that needs to be alerted, we can alert the ship owner before it's a challenge. Moreover, we can present all types of reports and useful information to the ship owner. So this is something we're really looking forward to next year.
The white box system is a fail-safe system for the overboard discharge of water. The white box is designed so that no water with oil content above the set limit can accidentally be pumped overboard. The oily water separator, or the bilge water tank discharge pump, feeds water through the white box system. An adequate flow of water from 0.5 to 2.0 liters per minute is continuously directed to the oil content meter by the differential pressure valve. The sample is measured by the oil content meter after being directed through the flow switch. The purpose of the flow switch is to secure that no bilge water can be discharged overboard without first being measured by the oil content meter. The three-way valve will be in overboard position as long as the following criteria are fulfilled. The oil content meter reading is below the set oil content level. The recorder value is below set oil content level. The white box door is closed. There is a sufficient flow through the flow switch above of 0.5 liters per minute. The rinse water valve is not activated by the push button. Discharge is enabled by the bridge control, if fitted. If one or more of the above criteria is not fulfilled, the three-way valve will switch to return position. The recorder will still log the oil content, three-way valve position, sufficient flow through oil content monitor, GMT time, and the ship's GPS position, optional, but not the flow, as no processed bilge water is directed overboard. If the alarm is connected, the oil content meter, it will give an alarm to the engine control room after a preset period of time, 0 to 9 minutes, if the oil content is above the set oil content limit. The flow through the flow meter, the oil content, the position of the three-way valve, sufficient flow through the flow switch, discharge, enable or disable by bridge control, rinse water valve is active or inactive. The time and the ship's GPS position, optional, will be logged on the recorder and stored on an external memory card. After each operation, flush the oil content meter with clean water and check that the OCM shows 0 parts per million. On a weekly basis, close the valves to OCM if the white box is in running condition and clean the oil content meter with a brush and mild detergent and flush the oil content meter with clean water. Examine the status of the desiccators by the test button on the oil content meter. The white box should be fitted with padlocks to ensure that no unauthorized person gets access to the system. It is easy for the Port State Control Inspector to perform a port state control. If there is space under the white box, the recirculation valve is handled without opening the doors, and the test program is run from the OCM panel in the door.